Yes, red button is on. That means we're live, and I'm joined by my good friend. It's been a while. Christoph, Degustation.
Welcome, everybody. It was very, very busy few weeks. Well, I think I've done 256 hours this month. So yeah, it was busy. It was really busy. I had no time to drink any proper beer, like you would see on my channel. You would see, those simple bitters, because that's the only way I could drink anything and still drive and go to work. But it was a terrible experience.
Oh dear, oh dear. Well, we've got a double header to take a look at tonight, as you can probably see from the title. Anyway, we're taking a look at two Mcewans beers. Now, how long have they been owned by Marston's now? Because I completely over my radar with that. I didn't even know they were bought out.
Yeah, I think it's like it was the last year or something like this. Both that Charles Wallace just sold most of the brands and just left themselves on the pubs and
yeah. So a traditional, well received Scottish brewery that's probably been wrecked by Marston's, but we shall see anyway. So the two beers,
yes, definitely it's not Scottish anymore.
No, we've got the Champion.
It's just a name.
And the Headspace.
Yeah.
Which one are we going for then first, buddy?
Well, the weakest, I think.
Yeah, the weakest.
Well, whiskey edition is much weaker than the Champion. It's only 5.8.
Don't make any sense. I don't mind the branding on it, actually. I think that's not too bad. Nice and simple and traditional.
Well, it looks quite all right. A little bit old-fashioned, but still, nice bottle shape. I like it. Dedicated cups. Yeah,
nice cup.
It's still.
I do remember that.
Well, it's still. It looks like Mcewans export.
Yes.
All right. That's it.
But the famous Cavalier. All right, let's go for it. Where did you pick your beers up from?
Actually, Morrison's, but it was a bad decision. It was much cheaper in Lidl's.
Right, okay. Yeah, I got mine from Morrison's as well on the 4 for £6 offer. So what was the price point on?
I can't remember now, but it was a difference when I've checked later.
Okay. Right, beer in a glass then.
You know what? It looks like a nice beer. Quite dark amber, clear.
Dark amber, yeah.
Quite big head, but it's not impressive. It's mostly medium and big bubbles. But I think it will be. It's quite dense, despite this. Quite stiff. Nice maltiness.
I don't get any whiskey.
No, a little bit yeasty.
Just sort of like a traditional ale whiff, really. A bit of fruit, like fruit cakey almost.
Yeah. So some fruity esters and biscuity cake. Just a cake.
Yeah. Let's dive in anyway, mate. Cheers.
Cheers. It reminds me something, but what it was?
Fuller's 1845. Or a weaker version of Old Tom. No, not Old Tom. What's the other Marston's beer? Oh, Jesus. I really like it.
Outback beer?
No.
No.
Roger.
Oh, Roger. Oh,
That's 7.5%. Big like rich Christmas cake sort of things for me in that.
yeah, quite nice bitter notes. It's like a burnt crust, really. It's nice, really. I like it. But there's no even hint of whiskey here.
No, I wouldn't say I was drinking an ale, whiskey barrels infused in whiskey barrels, or I don't know how they've gone about it. Celebration Scotland and finest Scotch whiskey has been blended with this smooth and fruity beer, giving it a unique, rich and full-bodied flavour. Yeah, there is a richness to it. Good body to the beer, but yeah, I wouldn't say there was whiskey in there for me.
Maybe in aftertaste, after inspiration of the text, you would say it is like a slight whiskey note, some smokiness, but it's so vague that without this whiskey beer in the title, you would not say anything about this.
That's clutching at straws, isn't it? With that, really. But it's not a bad beer, really. To be fair,
no, it's quite drinkable.
Okay. Yeah, a good autumnal tipple, I'd say. Cheap.
Yeah, rich, quite bitter, fruity. Yeah, pretty nice.
Yeah, it's
very old-fashioned. Definitely old-fashioned.
Pardon?
Old-fashioned taste.
Yeah, it's traditional in every sense, really. It's traditional. I don't know. My thoughts on Marston's. It's up and down with them, really, because some of their beers are pretty dreadful, and then other beers, like Old Roger, I think it's pretty decent. This isn't too bad, really. I mean, it's hard to compare what it would have been like when it was made in Scotland. Probably a completely different beer, probably a high ABV beer. I don't know. We've got no stats to pull up on that, but yeah, as it is right now, 2019, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah, I think it's just a traditional beer that you would say, oh yes, it is a nice ale. You can't really tell what kind of style it is. Is it Scottish ale? It's hard to say. Rather not. It's more like a best bitter or something.
Yeah, I think it's got a bit more going on with it than a standard best bitter. I think with regards to the richness. I mean, a normal best bitter, you're knocking around the 4% mark, aren't you? So what's this? 5.8. Yeah, it's a little bit more richer than a bog standard best bitter for me. But yeah, not bad. Would I buy it again? I probably would. Yeah.
Yeah, especially if it will be on tap. Yeah, I would try it.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit gassy. But it's okay. Nothing exciting about this beer, but you can find some small flavors that will please you.
Yeah,
there's not so much in aroma. Taste, it's very traditional, but it's easy drinking, definitely.
Yeah, I think it's an acceptable beer for me. I don't mind it. I quite like them sort of fruitcake beers. I am a really big fan of Fuller's 1845. Yeah, 1845 is better than that, but that's sort of like it kind of mimics it slightly. It's in its shadows. It's there or thereabouts, but not quite hitting the mark that you get from 1845, because that is a mighty fine beer. That is the colder months. I tend to have quite a lot of that stuff because it's really nice. Yeah, it's not a massive ABV at 5.8, but
no, I think it can be nice session beer.
And don't be put off if you don't like. I'm not the biggest whiskey fan myself. I was a bit apprehensive when I saw whiskey beer, but you don't get any indication whatsoever of the whiskey in it.
Maybe in late aftertaste you have a hint of something, but really, even if it would be in a barrel, whiskey barrel, it would be much better than just adding a drop of whiskey, because it looks like it is a drop of whiskey.
Yeah, a thimble of whiskey in every sort of keg, I reckon, or something like that. It's not a lot of whiskey that's gone into it.
Well, I've done some experiments. I had those simple bitters, and I had Coke just run out, so I had nothing to mix the a whiskey with. So I put a little bit of whiskey into those bitters, and you know what? They started to have a taste. And it was amazing because they started to be, malty, a little bit sweet. Now I said, wait a second, I didn't add sweet alcohol in it. It wasn't sweet before, but now yes, it's a it was a transformation. But I don't think it's a right decision, to waste whiskey with such bitters. But well, I've done it. You know that it's worth. But I don't think it's a point to buy them anyway.
Yeah. I've never been a massive whiskey fan myself. I don't mind. I think
it will be another the field to challenge you, because there's so many different styles, and it would be interesting. But it is a quite expensive hobby.
Yeah, I can well imagine. Yeah, anything spirit wise, you especially whiskies. I mean,
especially here in Britain.
Proper high end whiskies. You're talking big money.
Oh yeah. I remember I was thinking about buying the whiskey for my wife's birthday, and well, the whiskey from her year, the bottle was £500. So I said, "Oh no, I will buy you, something different. This is too expensive."
You're having a bottle of Bell's. Take it or leave it.
For £500, I think I would find something much better.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting into having a dabble with the gin, because that's all the rage now, isn't it? Gin. Everyone seems to be going on about that.
It's very.
There's loads of variations of it.
Yes, very.
Yeah, a trendy spirit gin.
Well, I still prefer original gin than those pinky or purple things that it's just a mix with something else. Original, and I can produce a nice mix myself.
Well, I know from past chats with you in other live reviews that we've done, you and being from where you're from, you're a bit of a connoisseur with the old vodka, aren't you?
Well, I'm just used to it. I'm just used to it. Yeah.
Local water in Poland, vodka, yeah.
Yes. Everyone drinks vodka, and there's so many ways to drink vodka. Yeah, why not?
So you could do a video. When you do your breakfasts, your breakfast videos, beer and breakfast, you could do, I don't know, Is there 101 ways of drinking vodka?
Well, most probably.
Well, you could do some segments, some little snippets, make a video, and then at the end of it, you're sort of like, well, you'll be in an ambulance getting your stomach pumped, wouldn't you?
Oh no, you would need to drink a lot, you know. You know
Right,
what?
okay.
You know what they say, that it is 2.8 promille in the blood. You know that it's fatal for average human, but it doesn't apply to Russians and Polish.
Yeah,
So,
I can well believe that. Actually, I can well believe that.
well, I heard of man driving car with 7.5, I think.
7.5.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Still driving.
What, in a straight line?
Well, he was caught.
Bloody hell. Yeah, that's pretty scary actually. When you dig a little bit deeper into that, that's not something that we can down on. We salute.
You know what? You have to train your body to use this alcohol in this way, because if you would drink so much, you would be dead in one day without preparation and years of training.
No,
you would need to be drunk for 4 months laughing.
Shenanigans. But anyway, yeah, first beer out the way. Mcewans Headspace. Yeah, it's not bad. Christoph, it's all right.
Yeah, traditional, quite drinkable. Yeah, all right.
Right, okay. Before we move on to the next beer, I'm just.
You know what? I have impression that it is a slightly Christmassy taste. Cakey.
Yeah, cakey. We'll go with that. Cakey. Mcewans Headspace. Brackets. Cakey. Not bad. Not bad though. Anyway. Hey. What's he put? Yeah. Your secret's safe with me, buddy. And then Thomas is in the house. How are you doing, Thomas?
Oh, hello.
Hope you're well, mate.
Okay, why not? Do you have any beer with you? Enjoy it.
Yeah. Water, hops, barley. Yeah.
Well, you know what? You can have a hopped water, mineral water. It's pretty nice. I've tried.
Yeah, man flu. Absolutely terrible.
Well, you need to drink vodka then. Yeah. Well,
Me too, mate.
I think most people would not.
You'd be seeing like 3 or 4 of your cars, wouldn't you? Which one do I get in? Which one do I get in? Anyway, next beer. This is their Champion award-winning premium beer.
Champion 7.3%.
Yeah.
Okay.
7. So is this the rebranded beer that you were on about then, Christoph?
No. I think Headspace was a whiskey edition. Yeah, before. Okay. Well, it is exactly the same cup, right? But it looks all right. Well, I think it's very similar in look. Let's add a little bit light.
Yeah. More or less a carbon copy of it, isn't it?
Yeah. Quite nice.
Yeah, another Beautiful deep amber beer. Carbonation's a bit lower on this one for me. Yeah, beautiful creamy two-finger head.
Huh. There's not so much aroma.
No, not compared to that one.
A little bit of fruitiness, but
This one pops more on aroma. Yeah, there's hardly anything really, is there, on the aroma?
yeah, this one is sweet and cakey, and this one just nothing. Right, let's have a try.
Yeah, let's go in. Cheers.
Well, nice texture. It's quite smooth, quite rich, but
A little bit boozy.
yeah, a little bit of maltiness, but it's not sweet. Just a little bit of maltiness. The same burnt crust notes, but not so distinctive. Some hoppy ending, but it's quite low, but it's there. A little bit, very traditional English one. So a little bit grassy, earthy, and with a hint of herbal accents. So yeah, but it's there, definitely.
Yeah, I know which one I prefer.
Well,
yeah,
it's much less taste in this beer, definitely.
It's that sort of the raw alcohol burn from it that I'm getting. There's not a great deal going on to back that alcohol up in there for me. It is a little bit fruity. There is a little bit of maltiness in there, breadiness, bread crust thing, like what you said. But it's not man enough to sort of mask that 7 point.
No, definitely, it's not masked. So you have alcohol with. It's not terrible.
No, it's not. It's
definitely it's alcohol in there.
Yeah, I prefer the Headspace all day long. I think there's more of a richness to it. It's a little bit more.
There's much more going on here, despite it. It's not great, but it's much more here than in Champion. Champion is just a boozy one. But I must say that the texture itself, it's okay. You definitely know that you're drinking beer. Nice maltiness, hoppy accents on the end, but it's quite alcoholic. It's not unpleasant, but definitely you can taste it.
Yeah, it needs a little bit more going on with it. It tastes a little bit low end to me. A super strength equivalent of a lager. It's nothing shouting at me in there apart from the ABV.
No, it seems to be very simple.
Prickly burn on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
It's not terrible, but yes, it's boozy. There's not so much going on. Texture is nice, some hoppiness. But I would not say it's Champion.
No, it's not. It's not Champion at all. I mean, see, if the Headspace had the Champions ABV, then I think that would be a perfect
mix
sort of get together of it, because you've got a decent ABV 7.3, and then you've got a lot of richness and fruitiness and cakiness to see it over the line. This Champion, there's just nothing behind that ABV for me, other than a little bit of bready sweetness. Yeah, it's not disgusting like you said. It is drinkable, but I think just about it's dancing on that line for me.
Yeah,
That's just my opinion.
Very traditional, but Headspace it's better.
Yeah,
despite it's lower ABV, but I think it's smoother and more delicate, rounded. A little bit more sweetness. Yeah, and without alcohol, taste. So yeah, tastes better.
Yeah, I've got £6 in my pocket. I'm going to Morrison's. I've got the choice of getting 2 of each or 4 of one, and then I'd get 4 bottles of that, really.
Yeah, I think it's more enjoyable.
Yeah.
Unless you want to add some whiskey to it.
Well, you could make your own. Yeah, you just top it up a little bit, couldn't you? tweak it a little bit.
Well, and then you can add the whiskey that you like to make a perfect mix. If you like a very smoky one, yeah, why not? If you want a smooth one, why not? But I think for mixes, you would like to use a cheap one. Because if you have expensive whiskey, you would just you would like to enjoy it, neat.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't drink whiskey, but I'm sure there's whiskey connoisseurs out there, and if you were to get a really high-end bottle of whiskey and put it in your beer, then that would be deemed as sacrilege, wouldn't it? And
yes and no, because if you will see most of the whiskey brands, and when they have on the pages special part, right? Special page for drinks and mixes. So yes, you can mix every whiskey with whatever you like, but if you want to enjoy the whiskey flavor and aroma in full, you have to drink it neat, I think.
Yeah,
there are special techniques to drink whiskey, with drop of water on ice or something. But you know what? Neat is best. With good glass.
As I suppose in our circles, it would be like getting
Would you like a shandy? Yeah, why not?
An expensive Pilsner or lager and asking for a dash on top,
Yeah.
You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it.
Well, you can have a drinks with beer. Why not? Maybe I should produce some nice video about this. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, see, ideas there straight away.
But I watched few of them, right? Few videos about mixing beer with alcohols and everything, and always they say, "Oh, it's an ale type of beer." Okay, but what kind of ale, right? It is a beer, and this is ale. Okay, but what you mean by this?
Yeah, it's like it's all beer to me. It's all beer, stout, bitter, IPA. It's all beer. But then certain folk would say, "Well, no, lager is not a beer."
Well,
beer.
lager is a beer, but different.
It's all bloody beer at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So say, Coca-Cola's the only soft drink. So there's loads of soft drinks, Oh.
Well,
No.
I see that you like it. You like it.
I'm not getting on with that at all, mate. I'm really not. Yeah. Is there any other Mcewans beers that you can get hold of in the UK? Because I know you've got the red can. You've got
Yes.
Is that the export? Is it?
Yeah, export. Yes. I don't know. There are. I think there are some other beers, Mcewans.
See if you put some information up, but then again, I wouldn't even know how to get it up on the screen, so I'm flogging a dead.
No, I think they have 3 beers, right? Export, Champion, and Headspace, and that's it.
I'm sure many moons ago they had quite a.
Sorry, there are different ones. There are fine 80s, 70s, 60s, Mcewans Lager, Best Scotch, and Scotch Ale. Yeah, but Mcewans Lager is 3.6. Lovely.
3.6.
But I think most of those beers are just kegs. Drought only, yes. So you can find them in pubs, but bottles are only 3.
I suppose it's like it all though, isn't it? With when Marston's bought out the Wells little, the Wells and the Eagle Brewery or whatever it's called now.
Yeah.
The banana bread beer, the sticky toffee pudding, and is there another one?
Yeah, I think it's okay.
There's probably loads. There's probably half a dozen styles of beer that brewery was knocking out back in the day, but it's been sort of tailored down to 3 or 4 beers now that are just in bottle form. I've never seen any of
the
beers
now. Right, so those.
Okay. You know more than me, mate.
Right, so here we are, right? The draft beers. So it's 6 draft beers, but this one looks like a bottle, but limited edition, 8%. Nice.
8%. What's that? Is that a Scotch ale?
Yes.
Oh, I bet that's nice.
And then you have Trinity, Export, Champion, and Headspace. It's okay. That's it.
Oh, clever man. So how did you do that then? Just out of curiosity.
Share screen. It's just share screen.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. You're the man then now for the information. That's it. That's your job title now, pal. Any information on beers, then it's going on you.
Well, I think I will have a little bit, more, less. I will be less visible on internet, on YouTube, because in 2 weeks' time I'm going to Poland, so it will be more Polish beers on the channel. But for like 2 weeks, I will be silent.
And is that going to be a mixture of Polish craft beer and everyday sort of beers?
Yes,
Yeah.
because I saw quite interesting new additions to Tisky. I think they have 3 or 4 different new beers. There's quite few different Żywiec beers. So if I will find them, yeah.
And I'm sure there'll be a Baltic Porter in the mix somewhere along the lines.
Hopefully. Hopefully. Yeah.
If anybody doesn't know out there, that's one of Christoph's go-to styles of beer.
Yes.
A good Baltic Porter.
It's everything.
Again, part of the man's DNA.
Yeah,
Yeah. But it's got to be a proper Baltic pour, hasn't it? None of this 7% nonsense.
No.
No.
It have to be like a 9 or 10 or
minimum.
Or 12.
Yeah.
If only I will find any.
I'm sure you will. And some Pinter, Bravo Pinter.
Maybe some Russian stouts. Maybe, who knows?
But it's coming together quite nicely, though, isn't it? The Polish craft beer scene now. It's getting more and more momentum now, isn't it? Really.
Yes, I think it is a quite rich market. There's so many new breweries, and all breweries are just producing new beers. So yes.
If only they could release the bottle shops, like you were saying before. It's against the law, isn't it, to sell beer on the internet?
Yes.
If they could take the shackles off that, then that would open it up no end, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Across Europe, deliveries across Europe, that would be a really, really booming sort of business coming out of Poland.
Yeah. Despite it's still Polish brewers are not so. There's not so many breweries as in England, for example, but they are taking on so challenging styles that you have to have something new and challenging for audience, right? So very strange styles.
But that's what makes it exciting, though, isn't it? Sometimes, these bold, brave decisions that brewers take by putting certain taboo ingredients in. As a consumer, that's what makes it all exciting, though.
Yeah. I think the Widawa brewery is brewing some new beer that it's 27 degrees Plato just for the birthday. So it's hard to achieve something like this, and
proper limited release stuff. Yeah, but all the same, it's fantastic. It is fantastic. I'm aware of some really, really mighty fine Polish craft beers that are being rolled out. I've had the pleasure of trying some. Of course, the beers that you sent me a while back, the Bravo Pinter stuff, absolutely phenomenal stuff that's coming out of there. It's just a shame only a fraction of it manages to come over here in the UK.
Yeah, very rare. You can find some Polish beers on the online shops here. So if you are lucky to see any, buy it.
Salamander stuff as well. We've done a few beers from them, haven't we? The Salamander.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, a solid, slightly thinking out of the box sort of beers, weren't they? Them because I know there were variations of honeys, wasn't it, that we did?
Yeah, different honeys.
Different strains of honeys. Very
barley wine with different honeys. Yes.
Yeah. But good.
Yeah, definitely interesting.
Yeah, I'm all for showcasing stuff like that. There's a lot of up and coming brewers in Eastern Europe as well, isn't there? Like Latvia, Lithuania.
Oh yes.
Yeah, they're doing some really good stuff.
The same trend, that you have small breweries that they're trying to introduce new styles of beers that to countries that are actually dominated by just plain lager. Maybe some Baltic porters, because this is traditional as well. In around the Baltic Sea, you can see Baltic porters everywhere. But yes, it's still lager, just much richer.
Yeah, not a nicely tweaked lager. Yeah, super strength, but with flavour.
Oh yeah. Why not?
Yeah, definitely. I know. On the, I think it might either be Beer Jum or Beer Republic. One's obviously from Belgium and one's from Holland. But they had some Russian craft beer on there. I forget the name of the brewery now; it slips my mind. But they're from St. Petersburg, and it's all canned stuff. It's all in keeping with today's trend. Funky artwork, nice and loud and vibrant. And they've got a hell of a range of beers on there. I think it was Beer Jum. But yeah, really interesting looking sort of beers. You've got some big, massive, gloopy imperial stouts, of course. Some IPAs, hazy stuff.
Yeah, and very strange add-ons. If you want a piney beer, add pine. Why not? So, well, simple solution. You don't need to add so much hops. You just need to add real pine.
Pine needles. Gets the job done. Okay, Thomas. Yeah, we. I mean, there are bottle shops here in the UK that do stock a few Polish beers, but it's only scratching the surface, really.
Yeah.
I mean, Christoph. I'm sure Christoph is well versed with the breweries that have been around there for years and years, and the up and coming breweries. That the handful, and literally we get a handful of Polish beers over here.
So many breweries.
It's just scratching the surface, really.
Yeah. And they still opening new ones. So yeah. Very interesting ones.
Yeah. It's not just here in the UK. It's everywhere, isn't it? It's across the world. It's really taken hold. Makes it exciting.
Oh yeah, here it is.
It's you as well, buddy.
It's not only beer.
Rod J. Hello, Rod. Over in the States. How are you doing, mate? Hope you're well.
Hello.
And ale. Cheers, Dean, and ale.
Hello.
You got some more geeky information?
I'm just trying. I'm just trying to find something that would be interesting, but the internet is quite slow here. Maybe later, because it takes a long time.
Cheers, buddy.
Oh, right. If you are interested, there is Simon's review of my my old town brewery, Browar Dwóch Braci, Juicy Rider Mango Sour Ale. So if you want to check it out, it's from my town, right? From Kielce.
With them, didn't he? What was the Call Me Simon beer? What was that? Was that a straight IPA?
Yeah, I think it's just the start of Pinta, I think. So it was quite a few years ago. Call Me Simon.
Yeah, I never got to try that when it come out. I know there was a big hype about it, obviously, and I can remember Simon actually going over there and doing it and all. And then I think he might have done a review when he came back to the UK in his kitchen as well with that beer.
Yeah,
but he's done quite a lot of stuff now.
Collaborations. Yeah.
Fair play to him.
Well, it would be interesting, to have in touch, with some brewery, and if they will make a beer with your ideas about, what you would like to have, some flavors in it. Yeah, it would be great.
Well, you can see which one's the clear winner here.
Yeah, Headspace.
Headspace all day long.
I think it will be quite interesting to you, but recently I've had a review for the Polish channel, right? Back to back with Mcewans Export and hello.
Rod J Beer Deals, yeah. He's
Yeah.
the man that can get beers for peanuts, basically. He can go into a shop with, I don't know, $10 in his pocket and walk out with a case of beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the gift of the gab there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I play to you, Rod, mate. Cheers.
Yeah. So I had the Mcewans Export, and next beer that I was reviewing was Braxpear Oxford Gold, and you know what? It was tasting exactly the same.
That's the Marston's own beer, isn't it?
Yeah, both beers are Marston's, and I just had the impression that it tastes exactly the same as Lidl's beers, because they are produced by Marston's now. And yes, it is the same brewer, but why all those beers taste exactly the same?
Yeah, certain. I found that before with certain beers. Green King, some of their beers are a bit samey. Marston's guilty of it. I think all the big.
Definitely, if you drink their beers, oh yes, definitely it's Marston's. Definitely it's Green King. It is a very distinctive taste.
Yeah. Not for me though. Well, that one isn't anyway. I don't think I'm even going to bother drinking that.
Yeah, sometimes it's just not about ABV. It's about taste.
Yeah, it's something's not resonating with me with the champion. I just can't see from what I'm getting from it, from my palate. I can't see the logic in 7.3%. I don't know. It could have just been a regular sort of beer, bitter. I don't know.
That's why he's champion, because it's above normal.
Award-winning.
Well, I think a few years ago, when it was still Mcewans, probably it won some.
Yeah, it was probably a damn sight better beer as well.
Yeah, it was probably different beer. I think it's the same with every brand that it was took over and changed, tweaked a little bit for a bigger market, and just lost the unique taste. So yeah,
Just a brand, now. Like a lot of the old stuff, that they've tried to resurrect and keep it in the forefront. It's just a label, just a name.
yeah.
Contents is just a shell of its former self. Director's Bitter, for example.
You know what? It would be nice.
He's superb.
Yeah, it would be nice if you could travel back in time and try the original, fresh original
against
today's. Oh, it would be completely different beer, probably.
Yeah, you would definitely the penny pinching that's gone on. Taking a little bit out of the beer every time. But it back. Yeah, it's a bloody shame, really.
The brands are so big because they were good and people were buying beer because it was good, right? With every brand. But now it's just a brand and popularity. It is a famous beer. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
But it's not the same what it used to be.
I know I haven't had the Young's double chocolate stout. I haven't had that for quite a while. Maybe that's changed as well. I guess it has
changed.
Before, rich, quite sort of thick, chocolatey. A real sort of decent.
Now you have Eagle Brewery, and it's it's the same place, but it's not the same beer.
Not the same beer. No. That's just how it is, though, isn't it? How all things change.
Yeah, I think I've done such a. What I've done? What it was? Eagle Brewery pudding beer. I think it was pudding.
Sticky toffee pudding.
Yeah, I think it was. So original and new one, because they were still on the shelf. It was a difference. Definitely, it was a difference. Despite that it was brewed in the same place, but no.
I think I've reviewed. I know I've definitely reviewed the banana bread beer before the rebrand, and that wasn't too bad. That was all right. I know the sticky toffee pudding. I've tried it, but I don't think I've ever reviewed it. But that's going back a few years when I had it.
Yeah.
That was probably under the old branding and the old company.
Now it's just the Marston's beer.
Yeah. I don't like the labels on them now as well. I prefer the old labels.
Yeah, they were more artistic, I think.
Yeah, more artistic, a little bit more traditional. Now it's just I don't know. I don't like how they've gone about it. I noticed the sticky toffee pudding one, and it's like is it a spoon with a swirly toffee around it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't do anything for me.
It's trying to be modern and but nah.
Certain beers, certain old beers, I think, can be exempt from keeping up with the Joneses with regards to branding.
Yeah,
and just keep the label as it is. People know what it is. They can identify with it, whether they like it or not. They know that brand's there. They don't need to sort of like glorify it and try and sort of like propel it into the future and jazz it up, because I don't know, it just doesn't work for me.
Well, you know what? If it would be exactly the same beer, you can tweak a little bit, and and it would be like evolution of changing label, so everyone would slowly adjust different aspects. The market is changing, yes, I know. So labels are changing, but the core would be the same. Obviously, if a company is changing logo, style of logo, it have to be on the new beer, definitely. But well, it should be somehow familiar.
Yeah, I get what you're saying there. Thomas McCarthy has left a comment here. What do you think of Irish beer?
Well, you know what? I don't know much about Irish beer, but I know it is a beautiful and rich market. I would like to try more Irish beers, because
I need to try more Irish craft.
Only basing on Guinness, right? It's not the only Irish beer. There's so many breweries, and I would like to try every single one.
Yeah. As for the macro Irish stuff, I used to absolutely adore Beamish. Back in the 90s, from where I was from the Midlands, that stuff used to be everywhere. Beamish Red, Beamish Black, Caffrey's, Kilkenny, of course Guinness, Murphy's, but all respectable mass-produced beers, I think, that have still got plenty of charm about them. But yeah, I mean, a massive craft market over in Ireland, but we get bits and pieces over here.
Well, you know what?
I'm very more of an effort to try some more.
There's almost no Irish beers in England at all. Very rare when you can find some Irish beer.
I know Beers of Europe, you used to be able to get quite a bit from them, but they've stopped doing it now.
Yeah.
Stuff like Harp Lager. You used to get cans of Harp Lager from Beers of Europe for, I don't know, £1.20 odd or something like that. I need to get another beer because I'm not going to drink that. I haven't done this for a long while. Yeah, not for me.
Well, it just show you that high ABV doesn't mean that it's drinkable.
No, certainly not. If it had the richness of the Headspace, for me that would be like the compromise, the meat in the middle, because you've got a decent ABV but you've got something to back it up behind it. And unfortunately, the Champion, for me, there's nothing behind that 7.3%.
No,
there's
not so much taste in it, definitely.
Yeah.
Everything is too little, right?
Yeah, for sure.
It's just alcohol, Oh yes, we have a high alcohol content. Oh yeah, it's a great beer. No, it's not.
Don't normally do ratings, but occasionally when we do this live stuff, sort of stretch out a little bit and give a rating. For me, Headspace, I think that's a worthy 7 out of 10.
Yeah, something like 6.5.
Champion,
well, about 5.
4 out of 10.
Yeah, it's still drinkable, but it's not preferable.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Done. Mcewans, Headspace, Champion, done. We've all got favourites. We've all got beers that we just absolutely hate.
You know what? I think that they are good brands, and they can be improved. If they would marry, like a Champion with some whiskey, and this would be great, because then you would say, okay, it's alcoholic, but they added whiskey. right? With some more flavors, maybe smokiness. Well, it would be great.
It's certainly make it a little bit more interesting. Yeah, just not for me at all. But I'm sure, like most things, there's people out there that probably it's like their go-to beer. They love it, they adore it, they drink it on a regular basis.
It's not a bad beer.
Fair play, fair play.
I'm not saying it's a bad beer, but with those two, I think the winner is this one.
Yeah, it's a nice little idea to do, though. Again, beers that you can get hold of. They're quite easy to get hold of. They're relatively cheap. And they're just, they're beers that we haven't done before. So 2 tick jobbers again, my friend, on the live stuff. Occasionally, we're going to be doing something like this where we've just going to do 2 beers dedicated from the same brewery, and then other times we'll just mix it up a little bit. Any comments down below? Any recommendations? Any beers that you'd like to see me and Christoph try? Yeah. Please drop a comment down below. Leave a message. If we can get them, we'll review them, won't we?
Yeah. We are open to every possibility. Yeah. Like you. So the last time, it was extreme with those ciders.
Oh yeah.
I was wasted.
Yeah. Oh yes, I wasn't too bad. It's when I walked out and the cold air hit me like a brick, and I started wobbling about a little bit then. But that was good fun. I did enjoy that. It was different.
Yeah, I think it was just too much,
Yeah, we just kept going and going on that one there, didn't we?
Yes. You know what? Especially the Rosie one was old Rosie was very nice, but it was a bottle.
Superb stuff, that is. Frosty Jack, not so.
No, but it was very strong.
Diabolical, that stuff was. Oh no, I would buy Rosie again for sure. I wouldn't hesitate on getting that.
You know what? It has some distinctive taste, and it's okay. It's not very carbonated. You just drink it like a normal juice, right? But it's quite strong.
Yeah, I saw that in. It might have been Sainsbury's where I saw that. £4 for
it's cheaper than Tesco and Morrison's because it's 5 there.
5 in there, which is still a good price for the type of cider you get. You get an old school scrumpy for £5. That's good. I mean, yeah, £4. That's super stuff. Yeah, we got a suggestion coming from Scott. Wonder Beer Wonder.
As the lager. Which one?
Is that their extra special lager? Is it? Or
no, not a basic one. No, I don't like it. 2%. No.
Well, no.
No, it's just a mineral water. I think.
Your ass.
If it's about 5%, I can try it.
Yeah, elaborate on that, Scott, my friend. Tell us what sort of lager. I've got a funny feeling it means bare bones stuff.
You know what? It will be coming up. Challenge for basic bitters from supermarkets. Which one is the best?
What, their rock bottom cheap stuff, yeah?
Yes, 2% ones. It was a hard work. I must say.
I'll tell you what I wouldn't mind reviewing. That bloody, you get these little stumpy bottles, the continental lagers. Every supermarket does them, don't you? You can get like, I think it's 10 packs for like £3 or something stupid.
They are not so bad, actually.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind taking a look at maybe a few of them.
Because they are like 2.8, 3%, something like that.
200 mils, aren't they, or something silly?
Yeah, small ones.
You
but
could
you
just
know what? They are quite enjoyable. Because I saw people enjoying them, right? Even my cousin came here from Poland, right? And we had few because my wife's tried them and she liked them, and he tried this like and said, "Okay, it's very nice. I would like to more. Okay, no problem." Where we've bought it, I think it was from Asda.
Yeah,
you can buy it everywhere actually. I think I reviewed Lidl's Argus lager, 2.8 or something. Small bottle.
Beer d'Or, is it from Tesco's or is that Sainsbury's? Beer,
not Aldi. I don't know. You know what? The bottles looks exactly the same. You have the same beer in Morrison's as well.
Yeah.
Oh, they are all French. They are all French beers.
French continental lagers.
Yeah.
It's worth it. It's worth a review, isn't it? Give it a go. Bit of nostalgia.
You need to buy, whole pack, and I don't like it.
Oh yeah. You'd have to do 2 at a time, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe one for the future anyway. But we're coming into the dark months, the cold months. So
yes.
Imperial Stout territory, mate. We're going to be knocking on the door soon.
Something like this. Or barley wine.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I think even more challenging would be to find Yopik beer, because it used to be a beer extract, right? About 40 degrees Plato or something. It was exported from Gdańsk, and they were like diluted extract to make a beer. This would be challenging.
I suppose it's challenging to get hold of it, though.
Yes, it's very hard to brew something like this because it's so dense and sweet. It's just like an extract. Not every yeast would do the job in this environment, because it's too much sugar and too much alcohol.
Yeah. So when do you go away? A couple of weeks time?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
2 weeks. And you're away for what? 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Okay. That's all right.
Well, we can make another live in like a month time.
Yeah, we can sort something out. We need to get something planned. Just so I know I can work around other guys as well. If we can get something organised, then I know what I can just sort of see what I'm doing. Then I'm not letting anybody down. I'm just going to go and grab my beer. That I didn't like. Yeah, I did the review of it in the garage, so the can is still in there, but yeah, no, it smells really, really lovely. It does smell absolutely great, but it's got Brute IPA written all over it. Yeah. Horrible.
Worst beers. Worst. I found the worst beers in the supermarket. You can watch my channel.
We were talking about this earlier on, actually.
Yeah. Simple bitters, terrible stuff, and simple lagers, probably the same. Well, you will. I think next week you will find a full review of 4 main supermarkets simple bitters comparison. Which one is best? But before, you will find every single one review if you want to try.
Because Sainsbury's they've rebranded their low end stuff now.
Yes, number 90 something.
Yeah, I forget what it's called, but it's quite a jazzy looking can until you sort of like.
Yeah, it can looks fantastic, but beer is just terrible.
Yeah, just again smoke and mirrors, isn't it? Crap content.
You know what? As far as I remember, it's like millisecond hint of maltiness, and it's like and then it's just mineral water, nothing else.
No, I can't see why that stuff's made.
But you know what? I'm just surprised when I've checked the reviews, or to rate beer, or beer advocate, and people saying, I've switched on those beers because I can drink those all day and I will not be drunk. Like, what are you talking about? You can drink non-alcoholic beers. They have some taste. What's the point to drink this? For alcohol, if you don't want to be drunk, don't drink alcoholic beers. What's the point?
No, I don't see the sense in that myself. So I can't work out why they're still in existence. Really, everybody likes to save a little bit of money.
Yes, of course.
There's saving money, and there's being
beer looks the same as others.
What's that?
Export.
Oh, the export. You're going in for that then, are you?
Yeah.
Go on.
The same, exactly.
Live review. Go for it. Go.
Well, no aroma. From can it's a little bit better. Some fruity esters. Some maltiness. Biscuity. Some burnt caramel. But it's quite fruity, definitely. It's hard to say what kind of style it is. I was assuming that it will be like Scottish ale. But it doesn't taste like. The taste is like Champion, but it's a little bit more fruity, more lemony accents, more drinkable. Yeah, I think it's more everyday beer. You have some small melanoidic accents, like a burnt crust, even burnt brown bread crust. Bitterness almost not existing. You have hints of British hops, right? So a little bit of hoppiness, little bit of herbal accents or grass, but it's very, very distant. It's about fruity esters here. It's quite fruity, enjoyable, everyday beer, but I would not say it's Scottish ale. I would say it's pale ale. It's not even bitter because it's not so much caramel in it. It's hard to say. IPA combo, right? The Siren.
The Pompocello, yeah, I haven't had that yet.
Love IPAs and sour, but not together.
Yeah, no, I haven't had the pleasure to try that just yet. I will get around to doing it.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, we'll get around to doing it.
If you find some drinkable sour IPA, why not?
Yeah, I think there's 3 or 4 Siren beers that are out now in the supermarkets. The Calypso, Soundwave, Pompocello, and I think there's another one out. It might be one of their dark offerings, or again, that might be another supermarket. Actually, I'm not sure. Yeah, it can be a little bit hit and miss though. I get what you mean. Yeah. Price.
Yeah, 90p for a 4-pack. Yeah, I would like to see the prices.
Jump all over that. 90p, 4 cans, 90p. Nah.
Even if it would be, a small 350, 330 cans, it would be okay.
It's probably one of them products where it costs more to make than it does to, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what? Sometimes I think for this price, the can is more expensive than beer.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I do not understand it. Like you said, you could just, if you can't drink, just get a non-alcoholic beer. If you want that sort of like slightly beery taste, get a non-alcoholic beer. You're safe as houses. You don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
Or don't drink at all and wait till you can have something decent. Then mess about with this.
You can have hopped water. You will be safe, but it tastes something.
Yeah, if it's the hoppy kick that you want, go down that road. But all this like, this cheap low end stuff. Well, I mean, people must be buying it. They must be buying
it. Obviously, it's still produced.
Yeah, still produced.
Yeah, I think the only way they will stop produce it when people will stop buying it. So obviously, it is a market for such a beers.
Yeah, and then you've got that next tier, haven't you, of beers? Like, again, it's supermarket branded stuff, but it's got like the fictional brewery names.
Yeah,
you know, they've got their own 4-pack of bitter or lager, and it's, I don't know, it's not 90p for 4 cans. It's £1.70 or £1.80 for 4 cans. So
now it's a little bit more. Now it's about like £1 for a can, but it's a big can, right? So, well, it's okay because still it's drinkable. Most of the time, it's not terrible.
No, I've knocked it on the head. I've gave up with it. And it looks like you have as well, Chris.
Well, I've opted out of Beer 52 for a long time.
Yeah, the novelty's worn off for me now, really.
Well, you know what? Everyone is jumping on a craft beer wagon. Even Virgin Wines offers the craft beers, right?
Virgin Wine?
Yes. So you can order, the whole packet of craft beers, but it will be like 3 beers, like 12 cans or 12 bottles pack, but you have only 3 different beers. Well, what's the point?
Yeah.
You have 12 different beers. Yes, but mostly they are, quite well-known brands. So, wow.
No.
I've looked once and I said, okay, I've tried all of them. So what's the point?
Nah, it's been coming for quite a few months, to be honest, and I've sort of like, I don't know, bit the bullet a little bit and just let it carry on. But now, yeah, I've got to the point where it's like, no, that's it now, game over. It's not doing anything for me. It's just that mixture of the same beers. I want to try as many different beers as I can. I don't want beers. I don't want 3 beers
everyone,
in one box.
Everyone has, the tight budget, and if you want to try something new, it have to be something that you really want to try.
Yeah.
It's not like every single beer that just appears on the shelves. Well, I think we've gone through the point that we've tried everything what's possible, and now we're just looking for something challenging, interesting, because there's too many beers to try.
Yeah. Oh, you'll never run out of beers to review. That's a sure fact.
Yeah.
It's a constant sort of merry-go-round of beers, which is good. But for Beer 52, I don't know. I just don't think they were okay, if not half decent beers. But there was nothing sort of exciting about them, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. You know what? I think they tried to brew every beer themselves instead of buying proper brewed beers by proper brewery. And then if they would have their own beers added, like 1 in a pack or 2, it would be okay, right? But they tried to persuade those breweries to brew those beers in their brewery, and it wasn't up to standards. That's the problem.
The Proof Brewery, wasn't it, in Belgium?
Yeah.
Where all the beers is made. I can't help but think that I'm not quite getting the real McCoy from it. I'm getting a brand of beer from the UK, a craft brewery from the UK with their IPA, but it's been brewed over in Belgium. I don't know.
What's the point? I think they should buy those core beers in the breweries, and if they wanted to add a collaboration, something new, yes, it's fine for me.
Yeah, they should have gone sort of like down the Ibera route, really.
Yeah,
where you basically you're going through a third party, i.e. Beer 52, but you're buying directly from the brewery, like what Ibera do, don't they? You go through them to get to the brewery, and they dispatch your beers from the brewery straight to your door. Opposed to doing it where it's mass produced in a brewery in Belgium.
Yeah, quite few breweries had problems with the beers. They had some objections. So yeah, it wasn't up to standard.
I mean, the Korean box that they did a few months back, the North and South Korean box.
Yeah,
I was quite excited about it. Wow, North Korean beer, because there was a couple in there in the box, wasn't there? Most of it was South Korean, but there was a few North Korean beers in there, and it's like, I'm never ever going to get the chance to try any North Korean beers. and then they land on your doorstep and they're brewed in bloody Belgium. It's not quite the same, is it? It's not quite the same.
Definitely not.
You know.
If you want to try a Czech beer, you buy it in Czechia or Czech Republic. But they like to change her name for Czechia, because everyone has the proper name, right? Like Poland or whatever, Belarus or whatever, without adding Republic to it, or Slovakia or Austria or whatever, and only Czech Republic was a Czech Republic. So they decided to change the name for Czechia.
Czechia.
Official name is Czech Republic, right? But you can relate to Czech Republic as Czechia.
Czechia. Yeah.
Well, it's more direct, and
Yeah, well, I'd go back to the days of like the actual Czechoslovakia, Yugoslavia. I remember.
Yugoslavia, yes.
Yeah. Pretty good football team as well. They had a pretty good football team.
Do you know what it means, Yugoslavia?
Go on, fill me in.
Well, Yug is south. Slavia, which means Slavic land. So South Slavs.
South Slav.
Yeah.
South Slav.
Yeah.
There you go.
Slavs from south. That's what it means. Because there are different nations there.
Paul, PA Brunos. How you doing, mate? Hope you're all right.
Yeah.
Brooklyn. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, scanners. Some of the prices are a bit steep.
Yeah, that's true. If they only smell the money, they would put
Belgium again. They've got loads and loads of McKellar and Evil Twin stuff on there, but the prices. The beers sound really interesting, and they're quite. Most of them are imperial stouts, big ABVs on them. But I don't know.
I know that the imperial stouts are very pricey because they have to lie in a cellar for a long time and just take space that can be used for something else. So yes, they are expensive, but you know what? It is a cap on it.
Yeah, definitely.
You don't want to buy super expensive beer just because you can buy 3 or 4 different beers for the same price.
Mm-hmm. Out of all the beer styles, the one for me personally that I'm more likely to spend more money on will be an imperial stout. If I'm going to shell out some decent money, it's going to be an imperial stout, preferably in a big bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a few, like New England IPAs, imperial IPAs, shelled out a little bit more than I probably should have. But yeah, I imperial stouts all the way, really. I don't mind spending that little bit more if I know I'm going to get something half decent. I've done it in the past before. I've had some really good beers.
You know what you're paying for, because it is expensive beer to make.
Yeah,
it takes time. It takes very good ingredients. So yes,
there's just more about it. Definitely more about it.
And For imperial stout, you have to use, lots of ingredients, not just making pale ale or something that you can just sprinkle a little bit of malt. Uh, you have to put lots of malt in imperial stout, and
You get the right one though, and that just hits the spot, doesn't it?
yeah.
Just hits the spot. That's the only good thing about the winter, because I absolutely
Yeah.
hate the cold. I do. I hate the cold. I hate the dark. I hate the damp. But I know when I've got time, I can have a decent, dark, strong beer, and hopefully it delivers. Okay.
This is interesting, yes. But you know what? American market, it's complicated because it is a huge German population in America. I know it was suppressed from World War One, and later after World War Two, because the Germans are bad, and you can't be called German because it's not good for you. But still, brewers are mostly German, traditional brewers, right? So yes, maybe they are, like showing their roots. I don't know, but if they are brewed in Kentucky, well, it's Kentucky. What you can say? It's like those Belgian beers.
My experience of the Germans, they know how to make a bloody good motor car, and they know how to make a good beer.
Oh yes.
Guinness Brewery in New Brunswick, Canada, for the American market. It takes its belly out of.
Well, there are some Guinness breweries in Africa, and there are good ones, especially.
Yeah, Guinness Nigeria. Yeah,
Yeah,
is it the export style, or is it the foreign extra stuff?
foreign stuff.
Foreign
But
stuff.
still, it's much better than original.
That's their best beer.
Yeah,
Mm.
with the
Yeah.
local ingredients.
Beautiful beer that is.
Yeah,
Again, a lovely richness about it. Good ABV to it, good body to it. It's their best beer for sure.
you know what? I think it is a problem with the distance and the beer. Like, what it was. What I was trying to say. What it was. I'm just lost the plot now. Too much beer, I think. No, it's not true. Demand is demand. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, if the beer is brewed locally, it will be fresh, and definitely it is a factor for beer. The fresher beer is better. So if it's produced locally with the same specifications, well, what's the problem? Yes, it is fantastic. In my town, Kielce, there was a brewery in early 90s and late 90s and start of 2000. Palm Brewery opened a brewery in Kielce. It was called Belgia, Browar Belgia, and they were producing Palm and other beers for Polish market. Well, fantastic brewery, super new, but they lost the competition. It was a hiccup and low outcome of the beers. So they produced quite nice brands, but it wasn't, a big market for them. So they sold brewery, definitely. But yes, Palm was produced in Kielce, Poland. What else? King Cobra was produced in
King
Kielce.
Cobra.
Yes.
That's decent stuff. We've had the pleasure of that, haven't we, Christoph?
Yeah. So yes, you can produce the other beers, the big brands in different parts of world. If it's still the same, standards, it's okay for me.
Yeah.
It's like you have those Japanese or Chinese breweries brewing beer in America for American market. Obviously, it would be better because it would be fresher. But it's not always the same quality, definitely.
Right. Time to wrap things up because I'm absolutely starving. I need to soak some of this beer up. Been a pleasure as always, Christoph.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you to all the guys that have stopped by and left comments. Love the interaction. It is nice when people just stop by and just drop a comment. Doesn't matter what it is. It's nice, and I appreciate it. We'll be back in about 4 weeks' time. Is it?
Looks like
4 weeks' time with 2 beers. Not too sure what it's going to be yet. More than likely, it's going to be some supermarket beers. But yeah. Thank you as always for stopping by. Go and check that man out. Give him a sub. We'll see you on the next one. Take it easy, guys. Cheers.
Cheers. Na zdrowie.